So let's say you found a skeleton. How would you tell it's a dinosaur? You personally, how would you decide?
Well, interesting question. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
Well, hey there, YouTube. It's me, the Dapper Dino. I'm gonna be doing some art stuff. Well, I listen to music that you can't hear for copyright reasons. Hey, Trevor Davis, what's up? Stick around for a bit, got chopping to do. Alright, so the deal here is I'm gonna be working on a new organism for my speculative evolution project. But I have a new tablet. So when I get to the sculpting part, we're going to use a new tablet. So this creature is a pentaradial creature. So I'll show you my technique for getting the pentaradial bit down. So first, sorry, I start with a circle, but I set it to only have 5 vertices. So that will give me 5 evenly spaced vertices with one vert right on the positive y-axis, right? Then extrude them all, Alt-M, add center. Bam. Alright. I don't need any of these, so I'm going to delete the edges. These. Extrude up on the Z-axis. Then I will object, set origin, there we go, to geometry, Alt-G, clear it, there we go. So now I have this little 5-point cross-section, right? Okay. Next, I will add in a UV sphere. Alright. And up the segments until there's a number where they all intersect. So you go, 35. I'm actually going to scale this up on the Z-axis a little bit. There we go. I should scale up on all axes. Alright. So what this means is, now, I can do this. Ooh. And I don't really want these triangle fans, so now, Control-I, only faces, oops. No, faces, there we go. I don't need this anymore. So now I have 1/5 of this guy. But I kind of want it to be the 5th is right here, so I'm just going to rotate it by... whatever. 365 divided by 5, I don't remember off the top of my head. 73, yeah. So I'm going to rotate it 73 degrees to get it onto the axis I really want it on. Oh, come on. RZ73. Change pivot point to 3D cursor. There we go. RZ73. Okay, so now this y-axis is going straight through the middle of this guy right here. Straight between these faces. So that means if I turn on X symmetry, I can do X symmetry stuff, which I'm going to be doing later. In fact, to make that easier, I'm going to do this. Just add one little loop cut there. Hit Control-2, just so it looks a little bit more smooth. See what we're doing? Alright. So actually, I'm just going to start the X mirroring right now. So let's see. Add modifier, mirror. Up the mirror modifier. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little feeding frond here. Oops. I want the whole face. Alright. So start off down here. And then I'm going to slide this to be a little bit more square. So I'm going to use double click and G. Come on. There we go. Double click G here. Here. Make that a little squarer. Alright. Alright, so yeah, that looks pretty darn good, actually. This side could stand to be a little bit bigger. To medium point, there you go. Alright, so that's pretty much a square. Angles are off a little bit, but I'm fine with that. Alright, so this guy's gonna have some pretty long feeding tendrils, but they tend to go pretty much straight up. So we're gonna just give it a few. Looks about right. So we want them to be about as tall as the body. Currently a little taller. So we're gonna scale them down a little bit, move them down a little bit. Maybe up a little bit. There we go. That's about right. So now we're going to introduce a little bit of waviness. So, there we go. Oh, little wave, a little left to right wave. There we go. All right, so now let's drag this down a little bit. Drag this, come on, up a little bit. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is actually hit apply. And then I'm gonna make a few changes here. So, let's see, select face mode. We're gonna get rid of these faces. And then we're gonna make sure, do we have, yeah, we got faces in here, so I don't want those. I'm gonna hit A, and I'm going to, oh, well, that's interesting. This is not as it should be. Whatever, I'm just gonna get rid of these extra vertices I don't really need. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so we're gonna switch the pivot point to 3D cursor, and we're just gonna, put cursor to the world origin. Just gonna move this around a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, I'm then going to, oops, I keep forgetting they've changed some of the hotkeys that I'm used to. Alright, so I'm gonna bridge, edge loops. There you go. Did select at least two. Oh. Alright, fine. Bridge edge loops. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, now I need to actually take a look at some of my reference stuff, right? So we're gonna go to the world anvil. We're gonna view. Let's see, I got some tea with me too. Who doesn't like some tea, huh? Alright, so we're gonna go to Aisha phase 1. We're gonna look at the feather barrel. And we're gonna take a look at this. So I have one little spherical between the tentacles. Alright, awesome. So what that means I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another loop cut here, drag it down to here. And then these two are gonna just get extruded a few times. It doesn't really matter where they go, because you're not really gonna see the internal anatomy here, so it's like whatever. Oh, I also don't need that cursor there, or this to be on. There we go. So, yeah. Okay. So there's that, a little breathing spherical in. Alright, and now I need to look at my actual reference here. So this is the reference I'm using. This is what was gotten to me, or given to me by Ding Dong, who is our artist for today. Alright, so we've got little eye stalks, and then near the eye stalks we have the breathing outlets. So the eye stalks are pretty high up. So I'm actually gonna make them here. I don't really need this line anymore. Dissolve this. Dissolve edges. I don't need you. Alright, so what I'm actually gonna do is put in a loop cut here. Drag this guy down a little bit. Drag this guy out. This guy out just a bit. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't interrupt the shape too much. Then we're going to extrude this. Okay. That's about enough. Alright, we're gonna add an eye. UV sphere. Alright. There we go. Eyeball. Alright, now we need the water outlet, which is actually just going to be right here. Again, we're going to slide this out a little bit. Slide this out a little bit. This does not need to be as big. In fact, we're going to make it fairly small. Also going to actually make it a little bit less than square. Okay. Inset this guy. All right. Now, he's got a fairly long little foot here. I don't know that we're going to see it much, but it's there. So we're going to take this guy here. All right, so here's the tricky bit. Now, it's not really that tricky, but it's a bit that I have to do. So, duplicate it. Make sure we're set to rotate around the cursor center. Shift S. Cursor world origin. RZ73. RZ73. Come on, do the thing. RZ73. Why are you not doing this for me? RZ. Oh, did I hit numlock? Yeah, I did. Alright. Alright, so that only sort of worked. Ah, that won't be fine. Yeah, then we're duplicating again. RZ73. A little bit. Oh, whatever. It's fine. RZ73. Oops. Minus 73. There we go. RZ73. I keep doing it. I forget to hit Shift D for duplicate. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, everything's a little off, so we're going to fix that. That won't be too hard to do. Alright, so now we've got these little seams, but those will be pretty easy to get rid of. Because I'm going to have merge by distance. And then we're going to up this a little bit to like 2. No, not quite. Let's up this to 5. Not quite enough. Let's up this to 5. There we go. That's pretty much good. There's a few that I'm going to do manually, but that's not a big deal. Okay, so yeah, so Blender does not have good support for radially symmetrical stuff. So we're just gonna merge these manually at center, at center, at center. Come on, there we go. For more seams, got some here. Adam Morgan posted a new paper on Spinosaurus aegypticus. It holds up. We even have a non-aquatic avian dinosaur. Or sorry, an aquatic non-avian is what I meant. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. New tail looks very highly specialized for swimming. Very lateral, medially flattened. Alright, so we also, I'm really not going to do anything with this hole here. I don't really care about it. But this guy needs something, so we need to get this to be a little bit of a stomach chamber. So, oops. Back to median point. There we go. Down the z-axis. Come on. There you go. At center. Okay. Now let's get this guy. We're gonna object set origin. You know what? We're just gonna control apply location. That's even faster. All right. So we're just gonna name this guy real quick. I'm gonna call this eyes. I call this guy body. All right. So let's switch back to median cursor. 23. Get it nice and centered. All right. Looking pretty good so far. Let's get this guy shade smooth. And it is now about time to start using the tablet, which I know is what everyone has been waiting for. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this modifier here. And then I'm going to add a new modifier. This is going to be a, what do you call it? Multi-resolution. That's what it is, multi-resolution. So we're going to subdivide a few times. See how 3 does this. All right. And then we're headed to sculpt mode. Let's hit N to bring up my tool options here. All right. Oh, and I also need to do something in edit preferences, input, emulate 3-button mouse. So now I should be able to. Yes. Now I can use my thing here to scroll around. Zoom. All right. I'll have to use the mouse for panning, but that's all right. So let's see. First, I want to. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Let's go to object mode. I just want to center my view on the world origin. So we'll just hit here, zoom in a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go back to sculpt mode. All right. So let's bring the brush size up a little bit. Come on, there we go. All right, so, first I want to take symmetry off. No symmetry. All right, so we're gonna get a little, just a little bulge here. Some muscles or something, I don't know. All right. Come on. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna shrink down a little bit. And come down to this band here. All right, I like to give a little muscle band, but I'm gonna go a little bit harder on this one. So we're gonna. There we go. Band of muscle here. A secondary band up here. Oh, that's a bit too much. This little subtle band. Yeah, I get some banding right there. Let's smooth this out a little bit. Where does smooth go? There. Oh, not flattens. Come on, smooth. There we go. Okay. Let's get that a little smoother. Hey, brain bug. What up? All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of like a ring on the right around here. So we're gonna all right. So, Brain Bug, what are you up to? You having a good day? Okay. Let's you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some lines doing this kind of thing right here, right? Yeah. Oop, not that much. Just a little hard on that one. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more banding here. Alright, now we're gonna get really small on the radius. I'm gonna drop my strength down to 0.25. We're gonna get some vertical striations going on here. To add a little bit more texture. And actually, I'm gonna change this view to matte cap. Let's get a good matte cap going here. There we go. Give it a rough texture here. Oh yeah, the shoulder girdle. Actually, I haven't heard about the shoulder girdle. I have not been following it as much as I should be, really. Alright, what else do we need here? Alright. Alright, so now we're going to work on getting some textures in here. So, we're going to go to subtract, and we're going to go to texture. We're going to get a new yeah, that's fine, texture. Alright, so, I'm going to go cloud, there we go, clouds. Alright, so we're going to test this off in an inconspicuous spot, just to make sure I have this set up right. Alright, yeah, but I want the, mapping. We'll do random. Alright. So this will just add a little bit of texture here and there. Alright. Oh, I have it on subtract. I want it on add. Whoops. Alright, so getting the eyelids to be a little bit more interesting. Oh, hey, Deadly D 1001. What up, man? Just sitting here, just doing some Blender stuff. No big deal. Let's see. How is this looking? Let's get some wrinkle stuff. So I'm gonna see what I can do about using this. Let's see what we can do an image or movie. Let's see what I have in the Blender files here. Scales, scratches. Let's see what we got under scale alphas. I like that. Give some scaly patches up top. That's not bad. This looks like Bob the Tomato infected by that thing at this stage. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Where'd my eyes go? Are my eyes gone? I guess my eyes are gone? I don't know, whatever, I'll just put them back. It wasn't hard to do. What do you mean you deleted 0 objects? Whatever. Actually, you know what? Why is nothing showing up? I don't know what's going on with the eyes. Oh yeah, gotta shift this to world origin. There you go. Non-compound eyes, how many millions of years are you in? So these eyes are pretty simple. These are about, I think, 3 inches tall. These eyes are more like ocelli than anything. Let's see, we're gonna shade smooth. Where's my shade smooth? There we go. Okay. So now I'm getting ready to UV unwrap this guy. Check my UVs for overlaps and other weird crap. Actually looking pretty darn good. Right out the box. Part of that is that I have a fair sense nowadays of where to make cuts. Yeah, I'm not seeing any overt problems. I mean, is it ideally packed? It's not far off. Whoops. Yeah, that actually looks really good. All right, I'm gonna go with it. All right, so let's call this skin. There we go. All right, what is this thing called? I don't even remember. Rock fruit, huh? All right, well, it's about time to save this. So we're gonna up one. And people yell at me on Twitter. Oh, see the nonsense that's going on Twitter. Oh, not much. All right, good. I just did a thumbs up like you could see me. Whatever. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we are going to go to image editor, new. I don't need alpha. I do need 32-bit float. I'm going to double this, go to 2K. Okay. And we're going to call this rock fruit displace. All right. Then we're going to go into the shader mode, or shader editor. Texture, image texture, and we're going to select shader displace. And then we're going to go into the render, and we're going to bake. And we're going to, oh, nope. Stop it. Bake from multi-res, there we go. We're going to get a displacement map. We're going to drop the multi-res modifier down to 1. Okay. And then we're going to bake. Now this will take a little bit. I don't know how long, but it'll take a bit. Oh, not very long. Okay. Hey, that works. All right, so then we're going to save it. Save as. We're going to go Targa, black and white. There you go. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in another new image. This one is going to be called rock fruit normal, for normal. It's going to be, yeah, 2048. I don't need the 32-bit float. We still don't need alpha, so there we go. Rock fruit normal. Okay, so then we're going to switch from displacement to normals. We're going to bake again. Oh, wait, I have the wrong thing selected. Whatever, it doesn't matter much. Actually, it does a little bit. So we're going to switch this to rock fruit normal, and we're going to bake normals. All right, that should be good. All right, so we will save as rock fruit normal. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this. So it's going to be body underscore sculpt, just so I can save that multi-res modifier for now. And we're going to duplicate it. We're going to turn off this. We're going to rename this to just body. All right, and we're going to get rid of this. Get out of here. We're going to hit Control 1. All right, and we're going to add a displacement modifier. We're going to use new texture. We're going to open up the displacement modifier that we just saved. So, oops. Come on. We're going to open up this guy, rockfruit disp.tga. Okay, we're going to go back here, set this to UV. Calm this down a little bit. Maybe even more. There we go. Let's switch to look dev mode. Alright, so roughness is going to go up a bit. Color is going to go more towards it's a sort of bluish gray. Up the subsurface a bit. 0.01. But then here comes some more or less magic. So we're going to open up the normal map that we grabbed. Get vector normal map. Ooh. And switch this to non-color. And look at that. All that nice sculpted data is back, except when I tap into tab edit mode, not nearly as many vertices. Not a low poly model by any count, but still. Much better. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give this an ambient occlusion mask. So we're going to go, not baking for multi-res anymore. We are going to go here, image, new, rockfruit underscore AO. Don't need a 32-bit float or alpha. Okay. Combine ambient occlusion. Here we go. Open up the correct ambient occlusion. Bake. Parsing a geology paper with Welsh names? Oof. Good luck, man. That sounds rough. I was gonna say, are we done baking? But it's not even close. It's like 15% done. I'm gonna use the abbreviations of the formations. Man. The problem with Welsh is their insistence of using letters that are normally used for consonants as vowels. Like, hey, Welsh, do you really have to use W as a vowel? Yeah? Okay, I guess. Sure, go for it. That's one of the things about Celtic languages, man. They are ridiculous when they're spelling. Absolutely crazy. Which is too bad, because overall, I kind of like Welsh languages, right? Alright. So, now, here's what we're going to do with this, right? We're going to say, we're going to grab a color, mix RGB. I'm going to grab this too, but this is going to be a bit darker, a bit higher saturation, and we're going to shift the hue around a little bit. I'm going to put the color into the factor. That's a bit strong, isn't it? I didn't mean to do that. Now, why is that a thing? You know why that's a thing? Body sculpt still is here. That is exactly it. We're gonna fix this real quick. Shove you into, shove you into Duke. Oh, come on, turn on. I can see you. Yep. Put you in a new collection called Utility. I'm gonna turn that off. Alright. These two are going into a... We're just gonna put them in a new utility. We're gonna call this... Rougher. Alright, that works. Now I'm gonna rebake it. And actually, this image is a little small, so we're actually gonna bake it on a 2K one. So we're just gonna go to... Oh, it is 2K, never mind. Alright. So we should be all set, as long as I disconnect this guy. I don't really need this mapping either. Alright. Try that again. I mean, if you really look at it, Celtic languages are just Indo-European languages with kind of funny phonologies. They're really not that crazy from like a grammatical standpoint. It's not like you're learning Basque. Are you not baking? Hello, bake. No active image found. Oh, come on. That's what I want. Alright, there we go. Bake. Why you do this to me? There we go. It's because I had the eye selected, and it didn't know what to do with the eyes. Sprichst du Deutsch? Is that for me or TD Lane? Because I do not do that very well at all. I know a few words of German. Oddly enough, I know a fair few animal words, like Kuh, Pferd, Schwein. Hund. Alright. Now that is much more like what I was looking for. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, that we can save. Yeah, 8-bit PN, RGB PNG is fine. Alright, so now we're going to open this from here, raw through AO. We are going to dump it into here. Alright, so it's subtle. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add in a color ramp. Let me get this to B-spline. Yeah, that's a little bit harsh on the transition there. I like it there. All right, this guy's starting to come together, huh? I'm much better at reading German than I am at speaking or writing it. So there you go, there's that. Hey, this is actually, this is looking pretty good. I'm liking this. Alright, so let's add a little bit of subtle variation here via a bump map. So we're gonna go vector, bump, pop that in there. Then I'm going to put in texture. We're going to go... Oh, what do I want to do? Let's scrape. But of course, that's too high. We're also going to want to... Alright, so we're going to Shift-Control-T on here. Yeah. Up that scale a whole bunch. Let's see what we get from the UV. So we're gonna have to turn this up a bit. Yeah. That's enough that it doesn't really show the seams when you're at any good distance. Alright. Okay. Alright. I'm liking this so far. This thing is going to be basically the ground plane. Let's see. Well, brain bug. If you wanted your question to be for anyone who wanted to answer, you should have put it in the plural, man. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, not sprichst du Deutsch. Come on, man. Plurals. Alright, so we're gonna call this ground. We're just, for now, I'm just gonna add in a high roughness value, and we're gonna give it a base color with a texture, image texture, open. We're gonna go gravel, I guess, maybe? I don't know. No, that's too green. Pebbles? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, it doesn't look natural enough, does it? What do I actually want? I mean, I guess I could just go with sand. I do a lot of sand. Let's see what dirt looks like. Nope. I guess sand it is. Not that one, though. Sand 1. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so now we're getting into, let's see, here we go. Alright, so this is where I need to grab some World Anvil data. Go back to World Anvil. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, so we're gonna go to Geography. Oh man, whatever. Okay, so 5385. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use a black body converter node. 5385, and that will give us the correct color temperature. We're going to change this to a sun. Shift that way down to like 3. Oh, see you later, man. Thank you. I'm liking this model. All right. I'm gonna go simple with the environment right here. I'm just lazy right now. Let's see. I'm gonna go sky texture. There you go. All right. So we're actually gonna use this to drive roughness. So I'm gonna go back here. Switch to scene world and scene lights. So I'm gonna shut this into roughness. All right, so that's a bit too rough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another color ramp in here. All right, so the roughest I want it to be is somewhere around here-ish. Oh, sorry, that's the least rough I want it to be. And the roughest I want it to be somewhere around here. Apparently that's too much, so we're gonna up this a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we're moving on to the particle system. Hey, time for my tablet. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. That's good enough. I think. Yeah! Look at that. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna add in a new guy here. We're gonna call it hair. Gonna go to a principled hair shader. Alright. We're gonna actually flip back to here real quick. I am going to grab the hex code here. Alright, we're gonna flip back to hair. We're gonna go make sure that in render settings, we have it set to be hair. That roughness down a little bit. Alright, let's get a test render in, huh? Alright, I'm gonna do a test render, and while I'm doing the test render, I'm gonna get myself a new beverage because my tea is gone, and I wanna have something to drink. So I'm gonna set this up so the ground plane works. Let's see, add array modifier, merge it. Add another array modifier. -1. Yeah, there we go. All right. And we'll have that merged too. All right, so there we go. Let's get a nice test render in. Up that by 2. We'll just give it full res so you guys get to see the full resolution. Well, kind of. I do. You don't because this is scaled down for YouTube. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, and let's render it out. I'll be right back. Ooh, let's zoom out of there a little bit. All right. What we got here? Shouldn't put a stone tablet in Blender. All right, that's looking pretty decent actually. I'm okay with this so far. All right, but I want to give him some more texture variation on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to 3D viewport. Get rid of this guy. We're gonna get rid of the visibility. Sorry, on this hair. And we're gonna do some more texture painting. But we're gonna turn off scene and world lights. Okay. Did I change my color management? There we go. Change that problem. Okay. So, we're gonna do something similar to what we did last time. We're gonna grab a image editor. New. We're gonna call it rock fruit call. Okay. We're gonna set that to be the... There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this is gonna be texture painting here. So... Go to the skin. Add in a new... Texture, image texture. There we go. There we go. Texture paint. All right. Yeah. Oh, the tubes? Oh, Taco, I didn't even see you here. Or I didn't even see you ask that question. So the tubes, these are genito-respiratory outlets, and these are respiratory inlets. And that's what the tubes are. All right, so we're in texture paint. We're gonna go to the tool, and we are actually gonna have a texture here. So we're gonna have a new texture. Textures. And I'm not sure what I want, though. So we're gonna have a look and see what I have in my craziness here. No. Nope, obviously not that. Actually kind of like that. Let's see how that looks. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit that. We're gonna go to darken. Pretty decently sized brush here. And we're just gonna see, is that not working? Need a darker color here. No? Oh, you know what the problem is? I don't have it actually connected to the slot. My bad on that one. So this in here needs to go here. Now this should work. All right, that's a little bit too heavy-handed though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just swap that back in here. Still a little bit too heavy-handed, so we're gonna bring that strength down. Yeah, look at that. Some subtle color variations, you know? We're gonna make it a little bit heavier around here. All right, and now I need to go to soften. Bring that down a little bit. Bring my strength up. These shadows here are a little bit too obvious. we go. Do a little cleanup. Yeah, that's a little obvious too. Like, there can be some shadows here, but it can't be as obvious as it was. Nice. There's this weird line under here. I don't know what this is from. It's actually probably like an artifact of the way I have it unwrapped. Does anything have an ovipositor in this project? I don't think it does. There are any explicit ovipositors. There are things that are sort of like ovipositors. All right. Can I rotate this? There we go, 90. So we're gonna add in a little bit of some purpleness to some of these areas right in here where there's like not as protected. No, we don't want it on darken, we want it on mix. I also want this up a little bit. Not that high though. Whatever. There we go. That'll work. I just had a power flicker. We're gonna parasites. We do actually have a parasite. So we have one genus of parasites that feeds on photosynthesizers. So we do have some parasites. Oops. Oh wait, I need to change the ambient occlusion color. I'm actually gonna have to change the hue a little bit on a lot of this stuff. Bring that hue down to like 0.45. No, up 0.4. No, up I guess 0.55. There we go. That's a little better. Which also means I have to change this here. Alright, now let's do some fancy stuff. I'm doing veins, because I can, because this palette makes it easy. Let's get rid of this camera. There you go. Not that big. Goodness. Try that. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit much there, so we'll just soften that out. Oh, like ichneumanoid wasps? I mean, it's very much up for grabs at this point. Come on. There we go. Come on, there we go. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, go back to draw. Hit 11. Let's turn this into a little bit of a vein here. Some blood vessels there, just for funsies. All right, yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm liking this tablet. I missed having a tablet. Oh, you know what? We need some blood vessels around the respiratory intake spiracles. Yeah, look at that. Details. Details, guys. Details. That's nice. All right. switch back to object mode. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save this image here, because yeah, it would be a pain in the ass if I lost that image. All right, all right. So now it's kind of time to start planning the scene, right? Turn on ground. Okay. So first, I'll just apply these stupid modifiers, like whatever. So I want to be able to show off the now let's object set origin to geometry. Set origin go. There it is. Come on. Oh, I didn't apply them. Of course. Origin to geometry. All right, so I'm thinking about doing a cutaway view, right? So like aligning these axes to where the camera is. Shift. Well, I'll actually keep it there. All right, and then basically at the 3D cursor, yeah. Just kind of rotate them. Wrong way. So that way we get like this artificial horizon, right? We can just this to local. What are you guys thinking? See, I kind of like that. Let's grab the camera. I have it turned off because I have the selection hidden. Or the collection, yeah. Oh, let's parent. So we're gonna have another one off in the distance here, right? We're gonna rotate it a bit so that there's turn. Okay. A little bevel. Yeah, the Discord is still there. At least it should be. I'm not currently logged into it because I'm not recording computer sound, so I can listen to music without getting in trouble. Because I don't want to deal with, what do you call it? Copyright strikes. Because I am listening to music that is not allowed on my channel, because I do not own the copyright to that. Alright. So we're going to UV unwrap it again. Alright, I don't really need this. Alright, so... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, so we're going to get this up to like 1.5 by 1.5. Give us a little bit more room there. Ooh, actually, I want it even smaller than that. Let's go 3 by 3. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. So, out of edit mode. Okay. Give this a group. Call it displace. We'll assign it the weight 1. Alright, and we're going to give it a 2. We're going to make this simple. Alright, I also don't need these. Whoops. Faces. There we go. Alright. Okay, so add a modifier, displays. There we go. New texture O2. We're gonna call it. Ooh, caps lock on. Come on. There we go. Ground dis. Go here, ground dis. We're gonna make this clouds. We'll assign it to the vertex group displace. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. I'm gonna up this a little bit. Yeah, so let's take it back to here. So yeah, it just gives us a little bit of unevenness, right? So you don't want the ground to be just perfectly even. That's crazy. Ground is never perfectly even like that. So like when we hit over to rendered mode, it'll give us some variation and light and shadow. It'll also break up the repeat on the texture a bit. So I think that'll work. Okay, so next thing we need to do is save so that if Blender crashes, I don't have to kill myself. Alright, so we're going to grab the displace thing here. We're going to toss that into displacement. Next, we're going to switch this to GPU compute, experimental, and we're actually going to change this to I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to roll 2. I'm going to make this adaptive up here. All right. Settings. We're going to change displace type to displacement only. And let's see. We're going to let's see. I tell you to keep it to make it adaptive. Why are you doing this to me? Well, just fine. I'll just subdivide you. I don't care. Yeah, there you go. You just got subdivided. How's that feel? All right, let's save it again. All right, TD Lane, you have a good time. I appreciate you stopping in, man. There we go. Now this texture does weird stuff like this. I don't get it. It projects things off to the side, and I want to know why. Maybe if I filter it through a bump node, that'll work. Alright, so we'll go to view... nope, not compositor, shader editor. It doesn't seem to have really improved it. At least we can turn this strength down. Oh no, we want that in height. Well, that seems to have just erased it entirely. So that's great. Alright, we'll add a color ramp. Converter. Actually, we're going to add a math node. We're going to multiply. You know what? I'll make it simpler. I'll just divide it. Alright, let's get a test render in here. But first, I'm going to turn on depth of field. We're going to head over here. So, depth of field. I'm going to go on. And then we're going to turn it down pretty heavily because we want this to look like it's a very small object. So we're going to put this at like 0.8. I'll give it 6 blades. I don't care. Hello? Is there a reason depth of field isn't working? I mean, I guess it's working. Whatever. Alright, I'll give us a good view of the, Now, I want it to be a little bit more in focus, so let's bump it up to 0.25. Let's put it all the way up to 0.3. Nope, 0.3, not 2. There we go. Yeah, you're sufficiently... Alright, so we're going to hit Control S, and then we're going to add in some Bossio Magno. A pen, that's what we want. Okay, so... Where'd you go? There we go. Bossio Magno. Add in a collection? There we go. Alright, so we got some Bossio Magno going on there. Yeah. Alright. Let's get the Rock Essentials thing going here. I paid money for these a long time ago. They're still pretty good. Rock? Come on, Rock Essentials. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to need a new thing here. So we're going to turn this off for a second just to save computing power. Get out of here. Alright, I'm going to call this density. And we're going to go to weight paints, gradients. Wrong way. Oh wait, no, that is the right way. I'm just a little bit of an idiot. Alright. Remove. Alright, that'll work. So now we take this, get this out of there, put it with density. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Why is it like that? Are they hiding under here? What is going on? Why are these rocks disappearing from this one little edge? Like they're here, but then they're not. That I do not get. I mean, it should say use... Is it not using the displace modifier? Let's see what happens when we render it real quick. I'm just gonna go down to half size. Whoops. Alright, let's give this a quick render. Let's see what happens. I see. Alright. Well. Alright, stop. This is getting me nothing. Get rid of it. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, let's get this looking a little bit more like the water. You know what? I don't really care about particles. We're just gonna get the mist pass settings right. Alright, so let's get our pass settings. So we're gonna get mist. We're gonna put on denoising. We're gonna get ambient occlusion in here. There we go. Don't need environment. Alright, let's see. Mist is gonna start at 0, and it's going to end at 10, and then we're going to just see what happens when I hit render, and then go to the compositor. Why the hair's like that? Oh, damn it. I have to redo the hairs. F. That's alright. Oh, it'll be fine. I'll just redo them. Alright, that's really all I need. Let's go to the compositor, use nodes. Alright, let's take a look at what our mist pass looks like. Just straight white, really? Oh no, it's barely there. Alright. So obviously 10 is way too much. So let's put it up back to 25. Alright, that's good enough. Better. Alright, let's up start to 5, up depth to 30. Really just gotta dial this in. There's really no easy easy answer on getting the missed pass settings right. But I gotta say, having a tablet made the texture painting and the sculpting so much more fun. Way better. Huge improvement. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Alright, let's take a look see how this looks. Ooh. Yeah, that's getting there. That's more like what I want to see. Alright, let's bring this up to 10. And let's bring this to 35, and let's see what we get. Sorry I have to make you sit through so many of these, just we're gonna render a thing sessions. What are you gonna do, right? Alright, let's tone it down to 7.5. Alright, that's probably good. Alright. Back to the 3D viewport, and we have an unfortunate thing here, because now I need to... Alright, so let's get rid of Bossio stand for now. Appended gravel. We're gonna get rid of Scene Collection 1. Because the unfortunate reality is I screwed something up on the particles. Wait, what? Really? When did I apply that much? I don't remember applying that many modifiers, but like whatever. Whatever. All right. I don't know how this happened with my hairs, but whatever, it did. So we're gonna fix it. At some point, apparently, I applied things and wasn't thinking about it. I don't know. Doesn't matter much. Maybe there's something about Alt-D that I forgot about. I don't know. Could be. I don't think so, though. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what? You two are just getting out of here. You're gonna get replaced. Okay, that should have fixed that. Alright, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do a nice full render here. Alright, up that a bit. Okay. And I realized I wanted to change the, what do you call it? The color on this to make it significantly darker. So, we're gonna have to select that. Where'd you go? Ability? No. Supposed to be under collection 1, right? Oh, there we go, ground. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, render 3, or 2, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna turn this on for a bit. Compositor editor. Oh, shader editor. Alright, I don't need these selected. Alright, so we're going to do a hue saturation thingy. So we're going to take the value down to like 0.2. Take the saturation down to 0.5. This way it'll blend in better with the pebbles. See? Alright, so we're actually going to take the value down to 0.1. There we go. Yeah, now it's blended in a lot better. But I want there to be a little bit of variation in the value, so what I'm going to do is, what's my plan here? Alright, so I'm going to add in a noise texture. So, noise. Oops. Now we're gonna go with factor though. Alright, we go for object. 500. Not that large. 250. 125. 125. There we go, that's better. Alright. I get to feed your dinosaurs. Awesome. Alright, so then we're going to put in a color ramp. And this is going to go from 0.05 to 0.2. And then we're going to toss that in the value section. Let's get out of here. I'm tired of it. Oh, that's a little bit low, huh? What do we have it at 0.1 at the high end? Put it 0.2. Alright, so let's bring it up to 0.1. Alright, fine, we'll bring this to 0.2. And then we'll bring this end up to 0.4. So down a little bit. We'll bring the flag left a little. All right. All right, let's give this a quick render. And I will be right back while that renders. So catch you guys on the flippity flip. Yeah, I think my music ended. Lame. Now what am I gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to audible.com, which is not sponsoring me, much to my chagrin. Yeah, let's go to my library. Let's see, what was I listening to last? Oh, that's right, False Gods, the Horus Heresy Book 2! There's like 42 books in the Horus Heresy series now. It's absolutely insane, but whatever, I'm gonna start listening. Let's see. I have 20 plus notifications. My goodness. Go through Twitter, let's see. That's a lot. Stuff on Twitter. Thanks, guys. Thanks for participating with Twitter. Okay. There's a bald eagle nest in my city, and I see them fly over my yard a lot. Oh, nice. I don't live where there are bald eagles anymore. I used to. Back when I lived in Massachusetts, we had a fair few bald eagles, which was kind of a recent thing. They didn't live there when I was a little kid. Then when I started to get into high school, the river got cleaned up to the point where fish came back. And then there were some eagles that came back to hunt the fish. And then when I moved back there after the Navy for a bit, I think there were like 4 or 5 breeding pairs all in my hometown, which is not a very big place. So that was cool. Also, when I was in Washington, there were a number, I mean, there were scattered breeding pairs all over the place, but they were a pretty common sight in Washington state. Now I get vultures, hawks, roadrunners, quail. That's the dinosaur life around here. I mean, we get some grackles, obviously crows, ravens. There are some finches, bats. There's a lot of bats. Not birds, but still, it's flying tetrapods. So, you know, something. Man, I think this thing may have finally broken with my cute trend. I don't know. Is this thing cute? Let me know if this is cute. Because for a while there's been this trend that like everything I make in this program has been adorable. I'm like, well, it's not really my intention to make it adorable, but I guess? But yeah, I don't know. If it's cute, let me know. I feel like it's probably not, but I'm also being lazy and not giving this thing an armature and moving it around because I don't really care to. It's not worth it to me. Be a lot of extra time to very little extra benefit. I did think about doing one that was like on the ground and like being torn up and eaten by something, but that's also a lot of work. Basically, I'm just kind of lazy today. Part of that is just like, if you saw my streams yesterday, oh my goodness. It started with Kent with Bent, where Kent was particularly stupid. Just awful. As he always is, right? Like, when is Kent Hovind ever not awful? But yeah, it was bad. And then I did some gaming with mostly with Chesh and Bent, which was actually a lot of fun. That was very nice and relaxing and whatnot. But then my God, that after show, after show just broke me. I don't even know. The after show was just crazy. I still don't even know what to think about that. Guy just out of nowhere pivots to completely insane topics like coming back from the dead and hard drug use. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, the eagle population in the United States is actually going up pretty fast. Their protected status under the Endangered Species Act is a big help to that. Yeah, oh, he was, yeah, Deadly D 1001. Yeah, he was something else. There's a fair chance that Faithful Honest True is. You think it's cute? Man, what? Someday I'm gonna make something that isn't cute. I'm probably not gonna be super likely to have him back on. He wasn't, like, I had to kick him off for interrupting. That's a pretty big no-no in my book. Like, do not make me do that. I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it. And it sucks every time I do have to do it. So please, don't make me do that to you. Be an adult. Have an adult conversation. I don't know. Man, this weird creepy thing with the fronds and the weird beady eyes and the... Yeah, that's cute. Alright, maybe it is. I don't know. I think it looks sufficiently organic, though. That's one of the things I'm always worried about. Is it going to look like a thing that might be alive? I think in this case, yeah. Ooh, stupid straws always leave a little tiny drop right at the end, and then it drips on my desk. I hate it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess so. Random Evo Times would. I mean, after the stream, you can hop in the voice chat or something on my Discord. I don't know. What is it? What is it you need to talk about? Because the other thing is, I'm also probably going to be done for the day pretty soon as far as actual work goes. Because I started at about 6:30, and so I've been going. I'm probably only going to be working for another couple-ish hours. Did I see your channel? I don't think I have actually. Hold on, let me go look for that. Give me a second. Oh, why wasn't Audible playing? Because I hadn't signed in, I guess. Great, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. Give me a second. Yeah, close the player. Random Evo Times. Random Evo Times. Let's see what we got here. There's you. Let's see. You got a couple video. Oh, this is 3 videos, so YouTube lied to me. Oh. Creationist claims creationist oranges don't fall far from each other. I'm gonna have to check these out. I like the cute little line drawings. That's fun. Also have 4 notifications on this. Okay. Oh, and Deadly D 1001 subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Because this channel does not have a lot of subscribers at all. My other channel has 3,115 or something, which, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but for me it feels like a lot, because like that's a lot of craziness. I mean, it's only 12:30 here, so I've probably got another couple hours of actively going hard on the whole work thing, and then I'm just gonna cut it. And I mean, I'll still talk to people and I'll still like type something here or there, but yeah. A big part of today's job was getting this tablet set up so that I can use it. I'm extremely happy with it, by the way. It is really a big improvement, because I was using my mouse for everything. And like, I couldn't have done this easily with a mouse, like these little veins and whatnot. Like, no, it wouldn't have happened. This thing would not look as nice as it does now. The texture painting, the sculpting, it just wouldn't be, it would not have been on the same level if I had tried to do it all via a mouse. I can do a lot with a mouse, like my avatar, all done with a mouse. But oh, you're making a video on the duck-billed platypus? I love those things. And how not actual bird slash reptile slash mammal they are, despite the creationists saying that they are. Yeah, I like that too. All right, so let's go to the compositor. So this is going to be the thing that gets us our final look, right? Okay, so first, let's check out and see what the ambient occlusion is doing. Because ambient occlusion doesn't usually like to play well with hair systems, but actually in this case, it looks like it's pretty decent with them. That probably is something to do with the fact that they're fairly thick hairs. So, okay, that's good. What we're going to do is, we're going to add in, and this is where the math thing starts to come in. You don't have to actually do the math yourself, but you have to know what to expect from the math, right? So, for instance, if you take this, this mist input, right? So this is a grayscale image from black to white. And so if you normalize those values, 0 to 1, that's essentially what you're looking at. You're looking at a 2D graph with numbers from 0 to 1. So then let's say I take, and the same thing is true for the ambient occlusion, right? Numbers 0 to 1. It's just that it's calculated differently. Instead of distance from the camera, it's basically how likely a photon is to scatter and hit something versus scatter and hit the environment. Or scatter and not hit anything within the predefined distance. It's a little complicated, but yeah. So, you want to use the ambient occlusion to darken your original image, to give it a little bit more sense of shadow and 3D space. So you're going to want to put in a color, mix RGB, right? And I want to put in the ambient occlusion, but now that's just mixing it by this factor, so it's just all ambient occlusion, and if I come down, it's all this, but even if I go like part way up, it's still too bright. But if I change the operator to, let's see, multiply, then the 0, any pixel that's a 0 in my ambient occlusion is going to be multiplied by 0, which is just going to return 0, right? And anything that's 1 is going to return 1, so it's going to be full brightness. But I can also change the factor, which multiplies, this goes onto the ambient occlusion number. So if I put the 0.5, right, that any pixel that's a 0 on the ambient occlusion only comes in half as much. So it half darkens the image half as much. Then I just kind of play with it, right? I think 0.675 is going to be pretty good. Okay, then it's time to use the, use this again. And we're going to use, we're actually going to use mix, and we're going to put the mist in here, right? And so that's going to give us this cool misty effect, but I want this to actually be a bluish color, and I want it to come down a little bit so that it looks like we're underwater a bit. So you get that cool aerial perspective, except it's stronger just because, you know, we're underwater. And it even fades down there to the bottom. So that's pretty cool, actually. Okay. So then we are going to add in, what do I want? I want to distort. Oh yeah, there we go, distort. So we're gonna add in a little lens distortion, because one of the things that I notice a lot about underwater cameras is because they have to use fairly thick lenses with a lot of interesting optical properties, shall you say, it's pretty hard to get rid of barrel distortion and chromatic aberration. So we're actually gonna go pretty hard on both to get this a real underwater look. We're gonna fit. So it's hard to notice exactly what's going on, but if you look right here, right, notice how you get this color banding? That's an effect that you get from real-world lenses as a result of different colors of light refracting to different amounts going through any single lens. And a lot of lenses and cameras are designed to carefully get rid of it, but it's a lot harder when you're underwater. And the same thing, we get these little black lines here. That's because the light entering the camera tends to magnify the center a little bit more. If I fit it there, it blows up the center a little bit more, and also helps break up this sort of straight line right here. So that's giving us a little bit of that. The next thing we're going to do is check to see if I really want any flare, like lens flare. So we're going to go into this. We're going to just shove this over to 1 so I only see this. If I can't get anything by going to like 0.8, I'm just not going to bother. Yeah, alright. So no lens glare, no reason for it. All right. I think that actually might basically be it. You know, flat earthers think that. Oh wait, you make daily updates on your channel? Is your channel really that young? It is. You've only been doing this for 3 days. Oh, right, Amiibo times. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna watch your stuff. That's awesome. Yeah. I'll probably switch channels though to watch it so that I'm watching it on my main channel, and if I subscribe, it'll be on the main channel, because I basically never watch YouTube videos on this channel. Because it's really only here for me to do nonsense streams like this, right? Yeah, that's really cool. And flat earthers would think the duck-billed platypus disproves evolution. Man, another 20 plus notifications. Why is my Twitter blowing up? It's the same notifications I've already seen. Twitter, stop that. I hate Twitter. I use Twitter a lot, but I hate Twitter. Twitter is the worst. If Twitter didn't exist, I would be a happier person, honestly. So yeah, that works pretty well. We got these nice little gray tendrils, these trap food, these are sensory bits. I'm lazy and didn't bother to set them as different objects, but whatever. Or not objects, but hair simulations, whatever. Alright, that's pretty cool. Awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to ×2. So we're gonna get a 4K image, which by the way, that's actually the resolution for a 4K image is 3840 by 2160. So at no point is there actually 4,000 pixels in any manner. In fact, 1080, if you were to use the same naming convention as 4K, would just be 2K, because it's half as many pixels in the x-axis. Yeah, Taco, I don't blame you for not using Twitter. I didn't have Twitter until I had my channel, my Dapper Dino channel, because I did not care, like, at all for Twitter. I still really don't. And my thing was like, who in the world would want to hear whatever random nonsense I have to say? I'm also going to double that right there. I'm also going to slightly modify my denoising pass to actually weaken it, which is a little bit weird. But denoising can introduce some odd artifacts that I don't want to have interfering with my compositing. So, yeah, you might think, oh, put that denoising on as strong as you can get it. Well, maybe not. So, actually, we're going to leave the radius, but we're going to put these down to 0.4, and we're not going to filter denoise direct glossy. Because glossy is the thing that gives you the most trouble with both denoising and with noise. But direct glossy very rarely gives you much trouble with noise. Direct glossy is usually pretty good. So, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to hit render on this, and I'm going to talk with you guys for a bit, because I am a little burnt out after yesterday. So we're just going to slide this over to slot 2. We're going to render a nice 4K image. Boom. It's gonna be great. These tiny little look at all that detail. Look at that. Already. You can see how nice it looks. Alright, so what's up everybody? What you guys been up to? What are you doing for fun lately? How's the whole quarantine business treating you? Oh well, thank you. Thank you, Illuminated. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. I'm always a much harsher critic of my own stuff. I'm pretty happy with this, but I mean, there's always a part of me that's like, no, do a much better job. There's all this stuff that you could do. You could spend 4 or 5, and I'm like, yeah, I could spend 4 or 5 hours, but this is for a little YouTube project that has to actually get done. The backlog is going to take me, it could take me a year to get through this backlog, honestly. It's ridiculous how many people submitted stuff and how quickly that project took over, so. Trolls, Dunning-Kruger, and the mentally unstable, none are really worth talking to. Oh my goodness. There is so much Dunning-Kruger going on in the creationist circles right now. Like, I don't remember it being like this when I was young Earth creationist, at least not this badly. And maybe that's just because YouTube wasn't as much of a thing. In fact, I don't think it was a thing at some points while I was a young Earth creationist. I'm pretty sure my young Earth creationist days significantly predate YouTube, at least the beginning of them. But I don't know. You get people who just use jargon terms that they don't understand over and over and over again, and it's just like, dude, what? Why are you doing this? Who do you think you're convincing? Just do not get it. It's crazy. But maybe I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know. Oh no! Oh, we've got a line here. No, that's not okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, the phone. I did not notice this line. Okay. So we're gonna have to fix that real quick. How come you guys didn't tell me about this? I'm just kidding. There's no reason for you to have done. So we're gonna go to image editor. We're gonna go to color. Yep. Look at that wonderful nonsense. That's CGI for you. Who knows what any of this means? All right, so then we're gonna bring this down. We're gonna go to the shader editor. Click on this, make this the active texture, and we're gonna go to texture paint. We're gonna smear it away. Can't believe this. Didn't even tell me about it. Ooh, where's my strength? Yeah, strength right there. All the way up. Alright, then we're gonna go to see what happens with draw. Right. Is the hex code still in there? Yeah, it is. No. It's not helping. Alright, we'll switch this to the UV editor. The editor. Interesting. Why is that line there? Is it on this side? That's a problem. Why is it doing this to me? Alright, so it's on that side there, and then... How is that even... Alright, Alright, so let's go to texture paint mode. Alright, so we're gonna just grab this color here. See what happens if I go to image editor. Image editor, yeah, okay, so view, paint. We're gonna go to paint. Oh, way smaller on that. Where's the other place where I was? UV here. Okay. So we're gonna go to the editor. Just down a lot. Why are you doing this to me? Whatever, I'm just gonna fix it in post. I'm just gonna fix it in GIMP later. gonna happen. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna reload this. All right, we'll see what happens when I'm in the 3D view. 3D viewport. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. We're just gonna go with it because like whatever. I'll fix it later. Render image. Close this. Close this. Set this to image editor. Set this to go to slot 2. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, they repeat what they've heard and they think it's a good argument for creation. Yeah, it's really annoying and kind of sad. I do love the information age, though it does have its flaws. Yeah, let's all the idiots get together and be idiots together, basically. Cheshire Vic, yo, what up? You missed most of the actual new tablet stuff, but like, look at these nice little veins I could draw. Couldn't do that before. I mean, I could, but it would take me ages and ages and ages. Instead, I just scribbled on a tablet. You know, did a lot of texture painting and sculpting on this guy. Yeah, it's a much easier to get good results on this this new tablet. So yeah. Man. And also, in case anyone doesn't know, I'm going to be on Chesh's channel yes, tomorrow. I'm sorry, I had to think about the days. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, pretty awesome. So that'll be, I think, okay, instead of pretending that I'm going to remember, I'm just going to look it up so as to not be an idiot. Let's see. So it looks like it's going to be 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Yep, that's how math works. Yeah, it's very, very veiny. Oh yeah, yeah. The pressure is good. I got little extra keys so I can, you know, set them to do things, and I have them set so that the keys or the buttons on the stylus can let me do things like rotate, and I have to really work on getting the other one to let me pan a little bit better. But yeah, no, it's hey, yeah, Chesh, you should know Illuminati Don. Illuminati is who's a big part of getting my, actually he's the main part of getting my fan Discord server all set up. So Illuminati Don is a cool dude. So yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna be on Chesh's channel tomorrow. We're gonna do 30-ish, maybe 35, I don't know, of the 100 questions for atheists that are really 150 questions for like anti-theists who follow like the ACA. Oh, and Chesh, this came with 8 replacement nibs for my stylus, which is nice, because you know sometimes you need replacement nibs because they don't last forever. That's a really big plus. Yeah, overall this is pretty sweet, especially compared to using a mouse. Yeah. So yep, and it comes with a little tool to remove the nib. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. The only thing I can say that is a minor complaint is that I wish the stylus stayed a little bit more snugly in the holder. But I mean, that's such a minor quibble. Yeah, Illuminati Don, he really did take charge on getting that that fan Discord server ready, because I had my patron Discord server, and it's basically just a room with my patrons in it. And yeah, but then people were like, "Oh, where's a fan Discord server?" And I was like, I don't really want to try to figure out that stuff right now. But you know, if someone wants to step up and take charge, I will definitely go there and be around and talk to people. And so, you know, a few weeks later, Lumini Don has this huge, crazy Discord server full of different rooms and voice chats, and he's got a bot set up for it, and he's got different roles for people who are trusted enough to be in voice chat, people who aren't, people who are admins. Yeah, he set me up as with the co-owner status. He put most of my mods who were on my YouTube channel up as admins. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, and in case, I think maybe you weren't here when we did the first little test render. This is the lower res version of what we're getting. So this is a 1080, but I'm rendering out right now a 4K version. Oh, Ian Chen! Oh my goodness, it's awesome to see you here, man. Like I would just want to say, Ian Chen, I'm really happy with this this tablet and stylus. Okay, so I did all the sculpting here, all this like 3D work that you're seeing, all the little bumps and banding down here and all this bump stuff right here. Yeah, all with the tablet. It made it much easier, much quicker. I did all the painting of like these little color variations and these veins and whatnot, and like the little color variation around the eye and around these little tubes here. All with the stylus and the tablet. It was so much nicer. So yeah, I'm really glad that you're here, because I was hoping that you would get here at some point, honestly. It's one of the reasons I'm still streaming. Because yeah, I was hoping the stream would run into a time that was good for you. Because yeah, thank you so much, man. It's great. Yeah, it's a really big. It's much easier to use it. And yeah, this is called the rock fruit, I think, which is a little bit of a misnomer since there's nothing fruit-like about it except maybe its shape. But this is a design by Ding Dong, who he sent in, I think, 5 designs. I'm definitely taking 3 of his designs. I think this is the last one of the 3, and I'm a little iffy on the other 2 because one, the images he sent me, I'm not really sure how to parse them in 3D. The other one is they're really, really derived for what they are supposed to have evolved from. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Oh, well, thank you. Well, 6 a.m.? Oh, goodness. That is, and I know I do work hard. I'm trying to be a little bit better at self-assessment. That's something I'm working on. And I've been made aware that I do, in fact, sometimes work too hard. And I have trouble taking breaks and taking days off. I've been made acutely aware of that by many people recently. Well, not many, like 3 or 4 of my closer friends. Including Chesh. So, yeah. So. Oh man, it's nice to get back into the speculative evolution stuff for a little bit, because I had to step away for just a bit because there was a lot of stuff going on, and I had to get some videos done and stuff like that. So, but it's nice to be back, taking people's designs for creatures that they've done for the project and just turning them into nice 3D models, making nice high definition. This is a 4K picture, like, because little known fact. Most of the speculative evolution videos are going to be in 4K. So if you really want to see them in their full glory, you gotta watch them in 4K. Get yourself a nice 4K TV or monitor or something. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ian Chen, so that set of clippers and files and whatnot that you got me, that is for me attempting to get back into the little little miniatures hobby, because that is something that I used to do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't imagine that you didn't struggle to get through some of that, because some of yesterday's content was cringy as fuck. Like, oh my god. Like Chesh, you heard that ridiculous pivot, completely off topic into completely inappropriate topics for, you know, the potential monetization of the stream. Yeah. No, it's not for my claws. No. So if you notice, like, I don't know how recently you've been there, but I added a bunch of 40k stuff just because, like, I would like to try to get back into the hobby, and eventually I'll probably get some of that, just buy it for myself. But in case anyone wants to help me with that, I mean, they're free to buy me paints and models or whatever. Because I'd like to get myself a little Alpha Legion army and, you know, just have a few games, try to get back into the game. I've looked into the new rules for the current edition. I mostly like them. I have a few gripes here and there, but nothing big. So yeah, I'd like to try and get back into it, but your partner has exactly the same one, really? Doesn't sound right. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, it's probably is good that you weren't there. I don't know. I mean, you saw it break Erica. She just left. You just up and left. And I was like, well, Erica's gone. She was just like, nope. I'm leaving for some of this. This is crazy talk. And I love it that when we ask him for evidence, he just posts some guy talking to a group in a church on YouTube. And it's just like, what? Yeah, I do actually. I really like the model stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll try to find. I have some stuff that I've painted on my my Facebook, which, you know, I'm not going to show you my Facebook on screen per se, but I'll grab some of the images and I'll show you some of the stuff that I've painted before. You guys might not know it, but my artistic stuff does also extend past Blender sometimes. So let me see what I can grab in my photos, and I can put it, like, just the picture in a new tab and whatnot. No, it's gonna be in albums. Why are you being so slow, computer? Oh, I know why, because I'm rendering a 4K image, of course. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this one's fun. So let's open the image in a new tab. Alright. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. So we got this guy. This is the, I painted this as a Bloodthirster of Khorne, based on so it's based on Games Workshop's Balrog model. Sorry, my computer is super slow when it's rendering. Yeah. So this is originally a Balrog model, and I used parts from the Chaos Vehicle Upgrade Sprue, as well as Chaos Warrior shields to add armor, as well as this little skull pack and this little dead marine down here. So I think he actually has ultramarine colors. I'm not sure, but yeah. And of course, you know, I painted this little Grey Knight here too. So that's one of the things I painted. Unfortunately, it's a low res image because I took all of these with my, like, what's now like a 20-year-old camera on my phone or something. Actually, 20 is probably an exaggeration, but probably more than 15-ish years. So there's that one. Let's see. What else is worth looking at? I'm pretty happy with this. You know, the picture images, or the picture quality is too low. See if I can't find something that actually have good image quality. There we go. That works. Or might go. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Yeah. We got this guy. It's not quite finished in this picture. I hadn't put on the little clear canopies. It was basically done. You know, scale thing here. I hand painted this little sort of stylistic scorpion. There's a little vine thing over here. I did not hand paint this technically. I painted over a decal, but you know. So yeah, I did that. Let's see. Illuminati, you think you've seen my Facebook? Oh, maybe. I mean, it's not like it's a private Facebook page. I just don't let people know what my name is online, so. But my personal Facebook page has my personal name on it. So yeah, I've done that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else is worth putting up there? Because not everything I have is a nice enough picture to even bother with. But ooh, yeah, this is nice. So open this in a new tab. This guy out here. Let's maximize this. Come on. So a lot of the little details and patterns and stuff are in fact decals that I added on. And the only thing I really did was make sure that their finish matched the finish of the final model. But like all the red paneling, the silver, the yellow stripes, even on this banner, the yellow stripes on the knee, all that is stuff that I did paint myself. I painted this little symbol down here. So yeah, that was a knight I painted. Imperial Knight. You can also see a little Eldar flyer in the background. This is at my last apartment back in Massachusetts. So, but it's been a few years since I really painted anything, and I'd like to start doing it again. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this knight. I think it worked out pretty well. Yeah, it's a fun hobby. It's an expensive hobby though. My goodness, it's expensive. But I do have a lot of fun with it, and it's something I can like zone out and do. Like I do have to think about like I have to have a plan, but once I get that down, I can pretty much go on autopilot and listen to like a book on tape or some music or something. So yeah, yeah, it's some stuff. Actually, I do have some stuff that I painted in not quite the color scheme I'm looking to use for my the new Alpha Legion army I like to do, but I painted them as Alpha Legion guys anyway. So I think, yeah, here's a squad. So let's see. My actual plan for the army that I want to do next is to have them be like a metallic paint job, where this sort of aquamarine color comes through as being painted over metal, like a lacquered metal. Which do you think is cooler as Space Marines, Horus Heresy or Chaos? Why not both? I mean, both is an option, right? So, drugs are cheaper than Warhammer figurines. It depends on the drug, man. But there's a reason they call it plastic crack. Yeah. But yeah, this is a little Alpha Legion tactical squad. You know, you can see I can paint infantry too. It's not just giant vehicles and monsters. So Illuminati, I cannot confirm or deny that I did a post in a Facebook Dinosaurs group. I have no idea what you're talking about. I definitely am not a member of it. Well, I can't say that. Hey man, we'll just leave that as a potential possibility. You know. So yeah, and I mean, these were painted up to what I consider a gaming standard, right? Like these are not display figurines or anything. I got them ready. They could go on the tabletop and be perfectly acceptable on the tabletop. Yeah, I did a little bit of extra weathering with some sponge stuff and some weathering powders from Forge World. But actually, so these are Forge World sculpts, but they're actually Chinese knockoff models that are recasts because I wanted to see if the Chinese knockoffs were actually any good. It turns out they actually had a higher quality control than the actual Forge World models did. I had less problems cleaning and filling in gaps and filling in bubbles on the Chinese knockoff models than I did with the actual Forge World models that I got. So, yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, I like them. Little beaky marines. So, yeah. I don't even know if Forge World still makes this kit. Let's find out. Not that Forge World is selling anything right now, because literally everything they have is temporarily unavailable or whatever. So let's see. Do you have Mark 6? They do. Okay, they're still selling that squad. All right, well that's nice. So you can still get your beaky marines if you want right from Forge World, but they're selling 42 for 5. Like, that is ridiculous. I mean, that means each one of these is like $8.40 for one of these little plastic toy soldiers. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty similar to the paint scheme I was going for. Actually, it's really similar. I feel like someone might have taken too close a look at my Facebook. Get some Raven Guard, yeah. Get some Blood Angels, nice. Imperial Fists. I don't usually see people go with Beaky Marines for Imperial Fists. That's nice. I like that. But yeah, I guess they do still sell them. So there you go. If you want to get yourself some Beaky Marines, I guess. But yeah. So you know, Warhammer 40K. Like, despite being generally speaking one of those very like analytic types, the types that are good at math and stuff, and the type of people who don't normally come across as creative, I actually have a fair bit of artistic streak. Let's do some art. So, you know. But I have very unusual media. Like, I paint models and I do 3D stuff, but like, if you ask me to draw a cartoon like Cheshire Vic, it's gonna be absolute garbage. Just terrible. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, there are some things that I'm better at, and I think part of it is that 3D and model painting and stuff is actually fairly technical, and there are be very precise and exacting, and I think that lends itself towards my my talents, I guess. I don't know. So, my goodness, this is going to take another 57 minutes to finish. More goblins. So 40K kind of has goblins. Let's see what we can get for 40K. In 40K, they have things that are the same size as goblins, but they just call them Gretchen for no reason. Well, actually, the reason is probably copyright. So let's see what we can get on the Games Workshop site for Gretchen. Actually, we can probably find goblins too and just use them as Gretchen, but whatever. Gretchen? IN? Is it Gretchen? Oh, it's nice that they're giving us social distancing info on the webpage. Yeah, there's a Gretchen squad. I thought there were Gretchen in here. So yeah, in 2018, I guess they released a Gretchen squad. So there you go. There you go, Chesh. There's the Gretchen. We can even do a 360 rotation. Whatever loads. Hello. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Cute little Gretchen dude. I don't know what the rules are. They're probably kind of trash, but yeah, red makes you go faster. That's true. So yeah, the game does have Gretchen, which means, Chesh, that what you have to do is you have to get yourself a green skin army, then you have to come down to Arizona, and then we're gonna play Warhammer 40k, and then you'll spend hundreds of dollars to come on one trip to Arizona to play some stupid game. Ooh, wow, that's a nice little army there. It's pretty cool. A lot of little Gretchen. So you can make your Gretchen-based 40k army, and then they can come and fight my Alpha Legion Chaos Space Marines. It'll be amazing. Oh, by the way, you're probably going to start buffering, and I'm sorry about that. I don't know. YouTube's been having trouble lately. So, yeah. Well, I am actually probably going to get out of here and paint them all red so they get a speed boost. Actually, so the speed boost for red, I don't know if it's in this edition, but at least in previous editions, because I don't have the Orc Codex for this edition. In previous editions, if you painted your vehicles red and you paid a small point upgrade cost for them, they went like an inch faster every movement phase. Because the thing with orcs... Oh, hey, TD Lang, welcome back. So the thing with orcs is they have this weird sort of like psychic ability, where if enough of them in a concentrated area believe that something's true, it sort of just becomes true. So if enough orcs in one single area just believe that painting vehicles red makes them go faster, then they just go faster. Similarly, if you paint things purple, they get stealthier. Because have you ever seen a purple orc? Well, of course not. It's because they're stealthy. It's also why they're smooth bore guns that basically don't have any functional parts apart from the trigger and a chamber actually manage to fire rounds, because the orcs think they should. Oh, popcorn! Man. I have the green goblins, then put red on all the minis. Yeah, I mean, well, actually, there are, if I remember correctly, like if we go to orc tribes, I believe there's one that has red as the main color. It's the Evil Sons. Evil Sons, are Evil Sons mainly red? Yeah, they are. Yeah, so, oh, and you have to spell sons with a Z, because it's orcs. But, let's see. I want to open a link. I want to just open the image. When Google got rid of the whole just preview image button, it just made everything slightly more annoying, and it was just... Okay, Evil Sons. Click on the image. Oh, my computer's slow because it's rendering. Hold on. A new tab. Go. So you guys dragged me back in by talking about orcs. I don't know how you did it, but yeah. So there you go. There's the Evil Sons orc tribe or clan. I don't know. I think it's a clan. But yeah, they got this nice warm red as their main color, and you know, occasional white accents. So yeah, if you wanted to paint a red orc army, that's the way to go. Evil Sons. I've never actually... Have I ever painted a green skin? I have. I did. A friend of mine asked me to paint some of his greenskin HQ models for his greenskin army. Yep. Yeah, they did get rid of the check channel function on YouTube. It's... I hate it. I really don't know why. Yeah, it's really, really annoying. But, so this stream is gonna just degrade as time goes on because my computer can't really handle rendering all of this, even if it is on a GPU and also streaming. So, I'm gonna get out of here for a bit. This is gonna finish up in about an hour or so, this render. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to post it on, my Twitter. I'm going to enter in the entry on the World Anvil page. So if you're not following the World Anvil page, get on the World Anvil page. It's got all the stuff you need. And then, yeah, that'll be it for me, probably for the day, basically. I'll be on Chesh's channel tomorrow at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern, and then I have a premiere at my time, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. So be there for that. It's the Star Trek video. So if you like Star Trek, be there for that. If you like me, be there for that. I don't care. Let's see. Then Saturday should be the after show for Eric. No, Saturday is the after show for Eric versus Kent Hovind. Tuesday is either Eric with Erica or Kent versus Bent, or Kent with Bent, sorry, depending on how much work Bent has to do. And then I don't know what's happening the next Thursday. It'll be something. I already have videos made, so don't worry about it. There you go. So thanks for coming. Ian, thank you so much for this tablet. It's really, really much better than using the mouse. I cannot explain to anyone who hasn't seen the difference or has experienced the difference personally how much better it is to use a tablet. So I very much appreciate it. I will talk to all you guys hopefully tomorrow. So see you later. And yeah, thanks for coming.